Hello and welcome to Module 2. This week we are going to look at a little bit about being a technology leader and more things about blogs. So here are your required tasks for the week, and here are links to your resources, and here's a picture of Savannah. She's my friend's little girl, and look at how she's just ready to learn. And then we've got Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who knows it all. And we're talking about the continuum of technology comfort, knowledge, information. So theoretically, everybody lies in between these two gals somewhere. And we're going to look at sort of where we are. The whole course focuses on technology, and in reading your introductions, I was pleased to see that most people have, at least an initial comfort level. So that's a good place to start from. What we want to do this week, when you're first starting out, there's a link to a Flipgrid, and Flipgrid is a tool that was used in a course that I took this summer for personal reflection, and I like it. It's the blog is nice because you can sort of scan through and based on your titles, tell what you want to look at. But the Flipgrid is fun, and it gives you a chance to just use another tool that you might like. It's great for student responses, particularly for kids who don't like to write, but definitely like to voice their opinions. So do your Flipgrid, and that is going to be just a little overview of your technology background and sort of where you think you are on the spectrum. All right. Then, yes, I am interested in where everyone is starting out, because it's nice when people sort of get comfortable in their spot and are able to say, okay, this is my starting point. And so people who are very confident can go out and forage and bring things back, and those who are just starting out can feel like, okay, it's okay that I'm spending all my time looking at this one thing, because if that one thing is one of the basics, you really want to cover it. So I have written in bold and italics, you are grown up and know your limits. So don't worry about looking at everything. Both of the different topics we're looking on have things that are that you should definitely look at, and other things that if you have time you can go on. So I've written it out there. So the first, Joyce Valenza, she's great. If you haven't heard of Joyce Valenza, you definitely will by the time you finish this program. She has two different articles that are required this week. The first one is her top 10 tech items, I think. Yeah. I guess it falls under both, really. Anyway, yes, her top 10 tech trends from 2015. There's still, some of them are things that you're going to go, oh, yes, of course, well, that's important. But others are, the one for me was what is it called? AR? Oh, good grief. When you, are looking at things with the glasses and they are becoming 3D. Good Lord, you'd think that I would remember it. Anyway, there's something for everyone in there. So take those and just let me know, annotate. You don't have to be too fancy. Just let me know if it's something that you've used, if it's something you're, an expert in, if it's something that you've never heard of, if it's something that you can't even remember what it's called, as in my own personal case. And just let me know what you think of those. All right, and that is, I think I put it in as an assignment just because it's a little more work than just your blog post, but your blog post is to contain the things that you think are important. So if you want to put something about that in your blog, that is absolutely fine. All right, then we're talking about blogging. We didn't really go into the why in Module 1 of why we're doing it. I just said make a blog, gall, blang it. So we're going to look a little bit at the purpose behind blogging and ways that you can use it. So Lila Fever does these tools in plain English, and they're really cute little videos. And blogging in plain English just is, if you are coming from another planet and have never heard of blogging, it will explain it to you. But it's fun. And then Richardson, which used to be the textbook for the course, although it's gotten a little long in the tooth in some parts, it's still a valuable look at blogging in education. So if you really don't have a background in it, or if you're not coming from education, you might want to take a look at Richardson. He plots it out very neatly. If you already, have sort of the background knowledge, you can move on. Kathleen Morris, I just found this 18 benefits of educational blogging, which, some of them are sort of very just sensible things that you would think of, but she's got some interesting stuff there. So feel free to take a look at that. And a little bit more blah blah about your blog. And then being a technology leader. In my school, our technology department is very robust. And so I am not often called on to be a technology leader, but there are some people who, don't like to go to the tech center. I don't know. And people will come to me for help. I mean, I'm known as somebody who knows what I'm doing. But especially I feel like the elementary school library media specialists who have been in my classes are sometimes the only game in town technology-wise. And so it's important to have a sense of comfort about that. Joyce Valenza talks about fully loaded, and meaning, having this ability is going to give you, put you where you want to be as far as being a school leader. Then Doug Johnson has written an article from Educational Leadership that I believe is actually, more for an audience of administrators, but I liked it because it talks about us and it talks about what we can do and how valuable we are. So you can take a look at that. And then Lynch talks about how school libraries need to stay relevant, to stay open, which is something that I know well in my district. So that might be something you want to take a look at. So do your Flipgrid, look at the Valenza articles, put in some time on blogs and leadership, and I will see you I will see you on the discussion boards, and you'll see me again at the beginning of next week. So have a good week. As I figure, there's my off button. Still getting used to the Screencast-O-Matic, but I like it. My head is not the only thing to look at anymore. All right, have a great week. Bye.